So that your label prints correctly, you will need to let LabelDirect know what type of label and printer you are using. When you first open the software, you will see the option for Label Setup Wizard. We will use this wizard to set up both the label and printer. First, we set the label type: gap, black mark or continuous. Next, we enter the label dimensions. The label in this case is 100 mm wide and 50 mm high. We can choose rectangular or elliptical, and set the number of labels across the roll. If your label stock has a margin of backing to the left, we can set this here. Because we have selected labels with a gap, we need to enter the size of the gap between labels. And here, we set the direction of print for your labels. If your labels are printing in portrait orientation, you can select 0 degrees for labels printing bottom first, or 180 degrees for labels printing top first. If landscape, then 90 degrees will print right hand first, and 270 degrees left hand first. You will see the preview change as you make your selection. Give your label stock a name, and click Next to move on to the Printer Setup Wizard. LabelDirect prints in your ZPL-compatible printer's native ZPL, so there is no need to match any of your printer settings using Windows drivers. You will, however, need to have the driver installed on Windows, so you can select it here, so that LabelDirect knows where to send your label data. Select your printer and click Next. Here, you can choose between Direct Thermal, for when your labels are direct thermal labels, and Thermal Transfer, for when you are using ribbons and thermal transfer labels. You can also set the speed and density to be associated with your label. Make sure to make these settings within the ranges specified in your printer manual. If your printer has a cutter or peel-off module, then you can set this here. Otherwise, select Tear Off and click Next to complete your printer setup. That's it. You are now ready to design your label. Make sure to save your label. Settings are saved and will be reinstated every time you load the label. Should you need to change any of the settings for your label stock, you can click on Edit, under Stock Settings, and make your changes. You will see all the settings you made with the Setup Wizard, as well as the option to set a background on the design screen, for when you are using pre-printed labels. Please see our pre-printed label video for more information. To edit printer settings for your label, click on Edit under Printer Settings, and here, you will see all the settings you made using the Printer Setup Wizard, as well as some printer command options, which can be useful for calibrating your label position in the printer, resetting the printer, or printing a configuration page for reference or diagnostics. Once again, once you have made any changes to your label stock or printer settings, make sure to save your label.